Hey there, this is Chris Prochaska, and welcome to the fifth aspect of the inner voice, and that is embodiment. This is where all of the other elements or other aspects come together, really, because it's all about how are you embodying your inner voice. So one of the things that I talk about is the align set map, and I've explained this in my book. And I actually, for those of you who are on my newsletter, you can see a picture of my inner voice align set map, which is really a map that helps me to remember what it feels like when I am listening to, speaking from, creating from, and enrolling other people in the vision that I have for the world and the vision and the way I see myself and the way I see them, like coming from my heart. When I'm living from this place, these are the images, these are the pictures and the words and the feelings that I'm experiencing when I'm fully embodied in my inner voice. Because for me, I believe that that's really the answer to all of it. Like, there's actually nothing wrong with you, there's nothing to be fixed. There's nothing that you need, no problem necessarily that you need to solve. The only problem is that you're listening to, speaking from, living from, creating from a little voice perspective, which is a needy perspective. It's an overly emotional, not being informed by your emotions, but being completely derailed by emotions place. And when you're living from, speaking from, listening to all of that from your little voices, you're influencing other people that way. You're making choices that way. And I use air quotes around choices because it's really not a choice. You're not consciously choosing, you're just a default habitual reaction in that moment. There's really no consciousness there. It's just like, oh, a knee jerk reaction. And in my mind, that's not really choosing. It's choosing from a very low energy place. And when you're in living from and embodying your inner voice, you are able to discern what's the best path for you. You're able to discern who are the best people to hang out with, that the things that you want to influence you and your world. You're able to say, this is something that resonates with me, this brings me alive, this gives me lots of juice in the world. And you're able to discern with, nope, that doesn't fit for me. But there's no, that sucks, that's awful, you're a horrible person, or that's a horrible person to hang out with, or anything like that. It's just a level of understanding, compassion, and just knowing and being able to discern, no, that's energetically not a good match for me. That's freedom. That is freedom. To be able to, in your body, physically embody the inner voice by eating well, by getting enough sleep, by taking care of your physical environment, um, owning your purpose in life is really living from your inner voice, not avoiding it, not thinking that you're a victim, that you can't live your purpose because this isn't perfect or that's not perfect or whatever else your excuse is. It's about listening to the words of your heart and soul and not the little stories that are going on in your mind. It's about being in touch fully and completely and being informed by your emotions, but not derailed by them. It's about feeling life deeply, but not in a way that has you completely not show up for work or not show up in a conversation or start fights. There's a lot of juiciness there. It's about being so dialed in, so connected within and with spirit, with God, with however that shows up for you, being so connected in that way. And it's about vibrating at a high energy level. It's about enrolling people at a high energy level. It's about speaking from, higher and higher energy levels where you're seeing all perspectives and being able to choose what works for you and what doesn't. That's embodying the inner voice. So I invite you, if you are haven't gotten on my newsletter, to check it out. You can go to chrisprochaska.com, click on the Breaking Free from the Middle kit. You can get on the newsletter. And if you're interested in getting a picture of what an inner voice align set map looks like, I can send that to you. You can always drop me an email as well. My contact information is on my website. But really, this is all about how, the inner voice, it's about completely living from a different place, a different perspective. And when you do that, and it's all based on choice, making the choice to do that and taking action in all these different areas: body, mind, emotions, spirit, energy. When you make choices to align with your inner voice, you're not fixing anything. You're creating movement within and without in your life so that you can be your inner voice fully expressed. And that is a very cool place to be. So I look forward to next week's newsletter. This was the 5th installment in the inner voice aspects, and I look forward to seeing you next week. Take care and have a beautiful week. Bye.